We're in Portugal! Welcome to the Wars Rebellion Explorers. I'm Neil Teichhorn. And this is our first sort of stop in Portugal now. And for that, since we took a day rest before we go to our actual home, thought we explore a little. And there's a castle! I'm still gonna butcher it, Linhares da Beira. And this castle comes about in the about 1200s. It is abandoned by the late 1300s. Since 1922, it's actually a national monument. Not a lot to see, a lot of ruins. My fear of heights certainly is triggered up here quite a bit, but I'm going to give a little walkthrough, give a little sense of what this place is like. But yeah, it's an abandoned castle, and when you stand up here, first impressions was really like, this doesn't really feel castle-y. There can't have been that many people here. But as we turn around, give you a better sense of this, it's very obvious why the castle is here, and you could see it from quite far away on the road actually. It is dominating the surrounding valley. It's in a very strategic location. On the other side of the mountains is Spain, and it was involved in some of the conflicts in the 1300s over Spanish-Portuguese dynastic issues. I am not very good yet with Portuguese or Spanish history, so I'm probably going to butcher a few things here, but yeah, no, it's kind of cute. You have the two towers. I suppose the keep is the central part, and this is sort of add-on. It's hard to imagine a lot of people being in this, living here. But yeah, let's just go for a little walk up here to kind of get a sense. This is the town that you have. Beautiful. We'll walk through that in a little bit. I might film that too, but I don't know yet. I'm not going to climb these. I already climbed up here, which felt a little dangerous. Doors are locked. You can't get into the towers. Probably need a special tour for that. But yeah, you see sort of the old wall ruins here, which is quite nice. Gives you a bit of a sense of like where, I guess, rooms, stables, and housing would have been. So go around to the other side. See you there. So as we're standing here, castle behind me, castle in front of me, just chatted across the castle with my wife, and we wondered if that might be an entrance into the castle, because the assumption would be that this is the main castle grounds, and then back there is the keep of the castle. You have a nice doorway into it over there, but there's not really a doorway from the other side. That's a very rocky kind of climb. I'll show that to you at the later on as we leave. I'll watch my feet and my walking here because it's rather dangerous. But yeah, how did you get into this castle? If anyone knows how you got into Beira Castell, please let me know in the comments. It would be rather interesting. Or if you're interested in medieval stuff and know, that would be also cool. As I said, I don't know anything about this period or castles. I'm a 19th century scholar. Yeah, definitely made for tourists. You got lights down there to give people a little view. Again, look at this amazing structure and position. I really find the bouldering here interesting too, of how the castle kind of got integrated into the rocky, I think it's granite environment. Oopsie. Sorry about that. There you go. I'm glad I didn't film the drive up because it was a bit hairy, and I hope I'm actually pretty sure we're not driving it back down. here we go. Definitely made for protection, that you can't fall over. This is strong metal. Would be fun to take a tour here, but I doubt they are offered in English. And you have also this here, which kind of almost looks like another tower in some form, sort of in the base, the square base, on some similar to the ones up there. It did say in the little bit of research that I did for this that after about 1380, 1390, the castle disappears from the records until about the 1700s, I think it said, when they add a bell. And that bell still rings. We heard it earlier. We might actually have it on video later. But yeah, it's a pretty cool location. We'll go over here and then I'll take you into the keep of the castle. I will have to say, first impressions of Portugal so far, really pretty. It reminds me a lot of some things like Ireland. There's a lot of abandoned old houses in there. I don't think I see one here to point out. No. Oh yeah, there down there is one. Maybe it's visible in the camera. So there's a bit in Ireland that I've as a reminder here. But the other part that it reminds me of is very much sort of where we lived in New Mexico and the mountains around San Diego, sort of the southwest. Bit arid, low vegetation and so on. So very pretty. Yeah, here. So here's the tower. I guess that's where you could drop something down. The 2 holes up there on a person trying to get in through that door. But hardly anything else up there. And then you have this gate, which I assume, again, I don't know, I'm not a medievalist, leads into this space, which is the actual entrance into this whole thing, which I assume is a keep. Right? So at the last bastion, you kind of got the defensive walks there and there. There's the entrance. There's more up there too. Alright, I had to do a little coordinating here with my wife about the kids in the playground, but we're back in the keep now. And yeah, so again, if you're a medievalist, let me know what you think here, what this is. Is this the keep? It's a really rocky environment, honestly. It's hard to imagine hundreds of people in this space. So there's no door on that side. There's just that door in here. And there's a door on that side. There's a small doorway here to enter this place. Over here, my car down there. We'll go through there eventually. I guess you could have brought horses through there, but I'm not sure. Could you? Could you not? There's another door over here with some modern electronics. This does not look like there's been a lot of restoration work done either. It looks like you have some spots here where maybe there has been some wood or so. Yeah, this area looks extremely barren in sort of its layout and personality. Let's go up here, give you a view from these stairs, from part of the way up to the stairs. Already tried, the doors are all locked. Here we are. Cool place, and again, you get a great sense here of how this place dominated the surrounding countryside. Alright, I'm gonna go down and then see you again as we walk out of here. Alright, so to close the exit from the castle, this kind of cute door, and then, yeah, the lady here that was just in here walked just down. I'm a little less bold on that, I'll take this route, but again, how would you get a horse up here? How would you get animals through here? Not to mention food being carried up and all that. It's pretty crazy. You got the church up there. Ooh, okay. Sorry. I'm watching my steps because I don't need to have my first experience in Portugal being a visit to the ER. Yeah, very little here on the sign. It says built on a huge grand massif at an altitude of 820 meters. The construction of Linhares da Beira castle dates back to the end of the 11th century and the beginning of the 12th century. Typological, it's a Roman Gothic castle consisting of two enclosed walled enclosures with an elongated configuration. The castle exhibits two towers, a keep of rectangular plan integrated into the wall that separates the two enclosures. Yeah, based on what I just read, when the battery gate out, so the middle tower there is, I guess, a keep, and then clock tower is the one here in front of us. But yeah, so this is our first Portuguese video. Many more to come. And you can already see there's a lot of fun stuff here to do and see and explore. And I'll definitely have to learn a lot about Portuguese history and not to mention Portuguese language. But yeah, hope you enjoyed this. If you did, please like, subscribe, leave a comment, especially leave a comment if you know anything about castles and medieval history. So with that, signing off here from Linhares da Beira.